Mace Entertainment presents the I Am Tour 2012. Our half-day multi-city tour includes a message of finance, fitness, fashion, and faith. Be Free provides financial workshops to help you change the way you think about money, become more fiscally responsible, and provide practical tools to jumpstart and empower you financially.
Hi, it's your girl Be Free with ways for you to save time and money. Today we're going to talk about your financial survival guide. That's right, I said it, a financial survival guide. And you know, I can give it to you straight and narrow. I know the corporate side of things. I've been in that setting. I've been a department head. I've sat on boards. Okay, got that. But I also know that I need to meet you where you are oftentimes. So I just need to break it down to you. I'm still that chick that's from Detroit. Oh yeah, I lived in New York. That's what's up. And I've been in Atlanta for some time. So I can give it to you both ways, and that's what I plan to do today. So that financial survival guide first starts with a log, and pretty much I want you to write down your assets and your liabilities. So it's already time for me to break it down. Your assets, that's your money coming in, that's what you get paid, whatever you bring home. Your liabilities, on the other hand, that's your money going out. Those are the people you owe. So that's the easy part. Now, on your liabilities, I want you to write, for example, Macy's and the account number and the balance, and keep that list going. Also include your debit cards, because it's always good to have a log because you don't know if you're going to be out of town. It's just good to have that information. On the assets on that list, I want you to write, for example, 401k, and whoever's holding it, managing it, maybe Fidelity, and the account number and the amount. So if your liabilities is longer than your assets, well, then you need the other class, and that's called the get out of debt class. And you know, you may know it as the get your money right, keep your money tight class, whatever you need, but we'll get back to that. So I want you to take your list and put it in a safe place. That's step 2. So I've already given you a hint. A safe place. I want you to either put it in a safe deposit box, or I want you to have a home safe. And at one point in time, I gave all my loved ones safes. It was like, you get a safe, you get a safe, you get a safe, because I wanted people to have something where they could keep their documents in a safe place. So take that log and put it in a safe place. Step number 3 is I want you to have a checking account. Okay, you need some method of tracking your spending and keeping up with what you are spending your money on. So of course you have to have a checking account, and there's still some free accounts out there. Check with the credit union, check with your employer. There may be some options for you to have a free account. And if you have a business and you do not have a business checking and a personal checking, okay, you need that class, which is my entrepreneurship classes. At any rate, you need a checking account. Step number 4 is to have a savings account. It just goes naturally. You've got a checking account. I want you to automatically have money coming out of that checking account to your savings account, so you just don't even see it. It just automatically happens for you. And over time, you're going to build some money in that savings account to get to step 5. And step 5 is to have an emergency fund. So when you build enough money in that account, it's going to be enough where you can say, okay, don't touch it. And there's a definition for emergency. But let me tell you, on the corporate sector, or what the analysts say I'm supposed to tell you, you need to have 3 to 6 months of your expenses saved up in a savings account for emergencies. Okay, but the Keep It Real girlfriend is telling you, look, start with what you have, $500. $500, save enough money from your checking to your savings to have $500. And that's going to be your emergency fund. Now, what constitutes an emergency? This is not an emergency. Girl, he called me, we going out, I gotta look good. No, that is not an emergency. A flat tire? No, it's not an emergency. An emergency is 3 tiers or 3 levels at least. So let me give you an example. 1, I sprained my ankle. 2, and I can't get to work. 3, I don't have vacation time. And 4, my rent is due. Okay, if all of those things happen on one day, in one occurrence, that's an emergency. If it's not at least 3 levels or more, you don't have an emergency. You have a situation. You have an event that's going to pass. So make sure before you take that $500, because again, that's going to increase over time, ask yourself, is this an emergency? So once you've got that emergency fund going, I want you to get that to a point where eventually you do have 3 to 6 months of your expenses. And you must have insurance, which is the next step. I want you to have medical insurance. I want you to have life insurance, car insurance, disability insurance. And basically insurance is what? It's the I'm still living, but I got to keep it moving. I don't want anything to happen that just throws me off course. That's what insurance is. So you need to have insurance. And if you think about the steps, if you didn't have a checking account and you don't have a savings account and you don't have an emergency fund and you don't have insurance, if you just break your big toe, you're off track. So I don't want that to be the case for you. Again, this is why it's your financial survival guide. And the last step is to have a will. And it's okay, people. You just need to get over the fact that death and taxes are inevitable. So I want you to have a will so your family and your loved ones will know exactly what your wishes are. And for me, I'm actually a member of the Cremation Society of the South, which means my family at the untimely of my passing, which it will be untimely because I didn't plan for this, will be able to take that membership card, and you only pay one time for your life. You just pay a one-time fee. But they can take that membership card and get discounts at various funeral homes and services across the country. So even when I'm dead and gone, that's right, I'll be saving my family some money, okay? So I hope these tips will help you. Again, it's your financial survival guide. It's okay if you haven't started it to start today. And if you have done those things, then kudos to you and keep it moving. Add to it and make sure you get all those things accomplished.
Next, we have Royal Holmes, author, mentor, motivational speaker, and certified personal trainer.
Royal Holmes is the product of a single-parent home and the eldest of 3 at that time. He grew up in several low-income areas throughout Atlanta before their small family finally settled on Atlanta's east side in Decatur, Georgia. As an adolescent, Royal fell victim to a statistic. At 17, Royal was sentenced to 6 years in prison for 2 counts of aggravated assault and possession of cocaine in DeKalb County. Prison had been a life lesson in the criminal element for him. However, a developing sense of awareness tugged at him as he wrote everything a young imaginative mind could conjure trapped behind barbed wire and steel. Though truly inspired by discovering a talent, a gift, Royal returned to society in '99, relatively young, restless, and determined to make his mark however he could. Criminal influences, the convenience of the hustle, and fast capital drew Royal deeper and deeper back into a lifestyle destined for death or destruction.
080, that's a direct order. Do it now.
At 26, Royal found himself back inside an institution for armed robbery and burglary, this time for 120 months. The devastation was mental. A break in his spirit, however, did not merit defeat. God is faithful in his promises. He had given Royal the proper tools he needed to get through whatever challenges he may face. No matter the tribulation, no matter the time, it was a matter of do or die. Royal chose to be a doer. His story is unique due in part to his uncommon ingenuity and determination to overcome no matter the obstacle, despite the adversity. His drive to better himself despite his background or situation drew the attention of the OWN Network and several other influential people and organizations. A recent documentary, Our America, with Lisa Ling, Incarceration Generation, premiered Royal and his plight post-incarceration. Steve Harvey saw the documentary and called upon him to speak at Steve Harvey's Mentorship Foundation hosted in Atlanta back in October 2011. Since then, Royal has been making guest appearances at nonprofit and other health-conscious organizations promoting wellness and physical fitness. He is the author of several novels, the inventor of the CP ball, and owns and operates Royal Fitness.
With her bold, funky, eclectic chic style, she introduces as Nikita Presley, a Southern-bred fashion icon from Louisiana. She brings an amazing flair and a strong passion for creating phenomenal styles to the fashion industry. Nikita's countless years of experience and professionalism has awarded her to become one of the most sought-after fashion stylists in the industry. Nikki P of Cafe Fashion will show you how to transform your look, most of the time with the clothes you already have. She will change any fashion con to a fashion icon. And for the inspiration part of the show, we have Frostbite, an awesome, uplifting, and God-given talented artist.
Glory, hallelujah, how awesome is his majesty. Praise to Jehovah, anything less than that is blasphemy. Jesus Christ, the savior of my life, gotta be down with the king. No Run DMC, once was black but now Go, quick for the Lord, do it for the one that I adore. Kenton Jones wasn't lying, windows open, blessings pour out, down from the king. Got me on my curved frame, hollering out, rain down on me. It's an honor and a privilege that he picked me to deliver the word to the youth so that I may draw them nearer to the one who created everything that you know of. That's why I take communion, break bread, pour up, can't buy your way into heaven, priceless. Don't hate on my holy boy swag, righteous. Let me put some Christ in it. Honor to the Alpha and Omega, beginning and ending. First giving honor to the head of my